Hey everybody, this is Captain Valen and my wife.
Hi.
We're here to talk some Game of Thrones, episode 2,
Episode 2. That was fun.
season 8. Also, the 69th episode of the season, which I thought was ironic, given all the sexual tension in the episode.
Yeah, there was a lot of that. Well, some people actually had sex.
That's true,
Yeah.
but that's also sexual tension. Just because it's relieved and let out and expressed, it doesn't mean it's not still sexual tension. Because, I mean, she was awake and Gendry was passed out, so, like, who knows who finished there. They're murdering adults in this?
I think that was the general scenario. You know, dude rolls over and falls asleep.
Womp,
Womp
womp.
womp. She's left thinking, eh.
I don't know. I'm saying if Gendry works her the way he works the steel. Or the dragon
He's only
glass.
had 3 other people.
So, we don't know what they could be paraplegics after he was done. They could just be
Who
walking
knows?
around with mashed pelvises and shit. We don't know. Don't.
He is the stag.
Yes, what I'm saying. Like, don't shit on my boy Robert's boy. All
I
right?
know, Robert's boy.
I don't allow Baratheon slander. Anyway, actually, this time somebody
I took notes today.
took notes, so we're
Yay.
actually going to be a little on cue, and
Yeah.
she's going to be the one running this.
I didn't know that. That's
I know.
interesting.
I like to surprise her, so she's uncomfortable.
Yes, very uncomfortable. Yay.
Sorry for the open closet door, but it's
So
a
you
peek
know-
into my wardrobe.
I like this tension too right now, like the overall theme of will we get through this? Won't we? How do you know there's even going to be an afterwards? Bran said
Yeah.
to Jamie, which is like,
Dude,
duh,
that dude puckered his
foreshadowing.
whole butthole. He was. It's like, well, what about afterwards? It's like, who said it's gonna be? He's just
No afterwards.
his whole
Maybe-
butthole turned inward.
It's like, I never even considered that I wouldn't survive through this.
What?
I mean, Jamie has survived through some crazy shit, though. I mean,
In the books and in the show,
Yeah.
like he's a survivor, and he's found that out.
he's a survivor. Sorry.
Never
Never
apologize for that. No, never apologize whenever you want to. That's fine. But yeah, everything about Jamie has led to this moment. Really, from the second he fell from grace has led to this moment where he actually gets to redeem himself, not only
Yeah.
to himself, like in a very real way, but to everybody else. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like.
And he started that journey with Brienne, which is
Yeah.
awesome. They kind of
And-
like deepened that little vibe they had between them in this episode. They're like,
Yo, when my man came up to him and was like, they call you King Killer.
they call you King Killer.
He was like,
Yeah.
well, why do they call me Giant's Bane?
You know why? Everyone's just gonna like, you're gonna tell us, aren't
I
you?
was like, last time he went into story mode, he fucked a bear. I'm not ready for this.
Like, what's gonna happen?
But once it happened, I was like, woohoo, it's
I know,
story
he's
time
like a
with
little boy.
Tormund. But I was happy.
Yes. That was cool. And then afterwards, he's just like,
Yeah, just the way he drinks, and it's perfect. He's not only one of like the best warriors. His comedic timing and
Oh,
just his
yeah.
delivery
Tormund's
is so
amazing.
spot on.
yeah.
Like
But it's partly because he is a wildling and he gives no fucks.
this many of them. That's a 0. Look at even
Big
if she
fat
puts
zero.
hers up, it's 2 zeros, which still makes 0.
0.
2 zeros. But dude, I hope he gets at least some recognition or love or something from Brienne, because
Yeah,
that dude.
she better give him a big fat kiss or at least
Like-
something.
No, okay, it's sexist to say that, for the record,
Maybe. But
because
she's
she
like,
has no obligation
woman-
to return anything
No.
sexual.
all right, but
but-
okay, you don't know her like I know her. I read the books, man. She like
I know.
wants love.
She does want
She's
love,
like every
but she
other girl.
idolizes the love that she has with Jamie.
Yeah, she does. She's got
So the love that she would have with Tormund isn't given the chance to bloom.
True, she's being a bee.
That's why Jamie needs to die. What was that?
That's
Just
weird.
a little cough there. Spurt that out.
I think that's incorrect, sir.
All right, what else you got?
What else do I have?
Yeah, let's work down the list.
All right, so yeah, it was cool that Bran had that sweet burn. That was one of my biggest
Oh
note
my
at
God,
first was,
yes.
the things
When he's
we
in there
do for
talking,
love.
and they're all, he's like, I wouldn't, I'll do it again. That's for my
I would
family.
do that again.
Whatever. And then Bran just the things we do for love, and you saw his whole butthole pucker up. It's like,
Because Bran is just like, yeah, Jamie.
is he gonna say it?
You're
Is he gonna say it?
You're gonna feel bad today.
Is he gonna say it? Like that? No, he didn't care about feeling bad because.
No, I know.
But
It's
he was just
crazy.
like, are they gonna say it? Is he gonna say it? He's like, do they know? Am I gonna die right now? Like, because if they knew
True.
that he pushed him out,
Yeah.
he'd be a corpse. Like that's all there is
True.
to it.
Sure, I never even thought that Bran would say anything to it.
Well,
I mean, it's 'cause
Bran
he's a
would have. The
three-eyed
three-eyed raven wouldn't.
Right.
Yeah, that's the
Right.
point. Like Bran
Sure.
might have.
If he was actually Brandon Stark anymore. You were talking about in the beginning of the episode how Daenerys perceives her father as a good man.
Oh yeah, dude, I hate that. She perceives Aegon the Mad King as
The thing is, she knows he's the Mad King. She was told all the bad stuff too.
yeah, and I
growing up,
get
but
that,
she was
but
too young to experience it.
she chooses not to internalize the bad things, and she internalizes the ideology of this great man, but he wasn't, dude. This dude like set people on fire for fun and without reason and on whim.
And she
like,
kind of did the same thing.
yeah, and like she's got inklings of
She's
Aegon.
definitely got a lot
ain't
more of
good.
him than people are willing to admit.
Dude, all I could see was her fucking father cackling as she burnt as she burnt Sam's family. You know what I mean? Like that's all I could see in my head.
Be
I was like, oh,
this is what you get for not doing
yeah,
what I say.
like if you've read the stuff, he mentions that it says that he would like cackle and like kick his feet like a child when people
That's
would
true.
be like he just loved
He loved
watching
burning
people.
people, the screams and such.
Dude, oh my god. And just a sidebar. What he did to the Starks, he put a noose around one neck and then set around the brother's neck, and then Ned's brothers got a like a lasso noose around his neck, and then they sent Ned and his brother on fire, and then he had to watch, and they both killed
I don't
themselves.
think you mean to say Ned. Did
Ned
not get
Stark.
set. He did not get set on fire.
No, Ned's brother
Yes.
and Ned's father.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought
I
I'd
keep saying
specify.
Ned. It's just very confusing.
Fair enough. I don't, because I don't remember their names off the top of my head. But yeah, his brother and father were killed in like the most gruesome way. One died by literally strangling himself to death trying to save his father, and the other was,
Burning alive.
immolated.
It's wonderful.
But yeah, that's the kind of like that's what's in her veins, and I don't want people to ever forget that shit because she's shown it.
She's pretty ruthless, and clearly all she cares about is the Iron Throne.
No. See, what she cares about is having all of the kingdoms under her power.
True.
The Iron Throne is the place where she sits to do that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? If all
In
she
her
cared
mind,
about was
that
having
is
the
what that
throne,
means.
yeah. But if it was really just about having the throne, she wouldn't have like been so quick to let go of Sansa's hand when she was like, "We're the North. We're not going to bend to anybody." Well, we kind of said we wouldn't do that. We've been really good about it. We're
Even
stubborn.
the
guys.
Iron Throne, like, I don't know if you are forgetting that when Robert was king, the North was not the North. The North was part of the Seven Kingdoms.
Really? I thought,
Yes.
when did that break? Oh, it broke off when they beheaded.
Yeah.
Okay, duh.
Then they revolted again, and they
yeah.
were like, "Screw you, bitches! Like,
Yeah,
we're the
duh.
North.
Like season 2.
We only
and 3.
bent the knee in the first place because of Ned." Like,
All right. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That's the only reason is because he was like, "Guys, come on," and we are like, "Oh well, he said come on." So
oh, no.
And
Ned
that's-
says okay, then I
yeah,
guess
and
we'll
that's
go
the kind
along
of
with
street
it.
cred that had.
Yeah.
All right, we digress.
That's
We're
the
going
shit.
off. What's
Anyway,
next?
Yeah. So the next thing, Clash of Queens. You already kind of mentioned this.
Oh my God,
Sansa's claws are out.
Sansa's no. I'm sorry.
And-
This is all this.
No, she was all like, you watch out. That's my brother. Like, you.
Yeah,
be
she's
careful,
allowed to.
lady."
That's family. But
Yeah.
also, whatchamacallit, Dany went there with the intention of manipulating her into essentially being a subordinate.
Yeah.
And not realizing that that's not, you
That's
can't do
not
that shit to the
always
north.
Sansa.
Like, since Sansa's been through some of the worst psychological torture, and
Yeah.
probably second to only Reek.
Yeah. Yeah, she's been through some shit.
And that's saying a lot. You know what I mean?
She was married to Joffrey.
And Ramsay.
Oh.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean?
Like
Joffrey and Ramsay. Like, she's not gonna kowtow to anybody.
Yeah.
She's not. What does she have?
Like, what's Daenerys got on her, right?
Right. Everything she could have possibly been afraid of has already been established and made, and like been done and used against her, and perverted, and everything she's loved has been perverted and used again. Like, she's been through so much and grown.
She used to believe in like.
And
her
she's no way she's
exactly and getting married and having a child and
just popping out babies and being a queen. That was like her thing.
Much.
And then she didn't understand
inheriting Winterfell or some shit.
And now she knows better, and she's not ready to be like, oh yeah, sure thing. Like, yes, queen in the metaphorical queen sense that we're all queens because we're women, but not like yes, queen in the sense that you're my queen. Yeah. So it's with a yes, not a yes. You see the difference? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like.
She's like, no.
And she came at her. She's like, we're both strong women.
I know.
Why can't you just support me?
I know. Like, she's like, I'm like, we both like the same things.
Right? And she's
and all... we're actually very alike and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, who manipulated who? Jon. I'm more in love with Jon than he's in love with me. Like,
which is bullshit because she's in love with that throne.
Hell no. All she wants is the throne.
And she saw Jon as a means to do that. That is it.
That was like, oh, that bitch is lying.
Right?
So then we have Cersei, Jaime and Cersei were awful together in the beginning, but now, so that's one of the cool things that they've done a pretty good job with the series and the books, like Cersei and Jaime when they were
that's one
together,
of the more accurate things I'll give them is their portrayal of Jaime and the way they fed into each other's worst parts, and how they just stomped out any goodness in each other vicariously.
Like, Tyrion said it like right to his face. He's like, "You knew everything she was, and you loved her anyway.
Like, she never fooled you."
Yeah,
I was like, "Oh,
knew that shit. Oh,
kick him in the dick."
He knew what he was doing. But then when he met Brienne, then he started that journey of changing his personality, doing the right thing instead of doing the famous thing. The thing that will give him the cred, or live up to this idea of what people thought he was, which is a big deal too. Yeah. Which actually, then I have all these notes about Brienne and Jaime.
Dude, oh my god, when she was like, I trusted with my life, and then that forced Sansa to be like, well, I trust her, so she trusts him, therefore vicariously, blah blah blah.
Such a long journey. At first they hated each other, and then. Because Jaime was an egomaniac and Brienne was like kind of starstruck, but she kind of hated him too. And she had to get her job done. And now Jaime's humbled and she's disillusioned and she's like... Oh, yeah. But at the same time, he put all that trust in her when he gave her Oathbreaker. And he was like, you're going to do the thing that I promised.
Like, that's the thing about Jaime. Like, if I remember, he was Selmy's squire for a while, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so... Like, there's a reason, Barristan. There's a reason that Jaime was such a prolific fighter, but there's also a reason that he is really, really bound by his honor code. People,
he was a white knight.
Yeah, for all the despicable things that he's done for his family, and like he said, I'll do him all over again. It's funny
that you say that because like the first big despicable thing that people know him for, he didn't even do. Like he didn't like kill Aegon Targaryen in cold blood.
No, dude, Aegon was gonna see. That's the thing. Like
people didn't know that.
People think that he just kind of snuck up. Like they make it sound like it was this cold blooded thing, but Aegon was about to burn King's Landing to the ground.
Alert! Yeah,
Aegon that's not. No, they've mentioned this. They've mentioned this in the show. If you don't know, well, now you know.
All right, there you go. But yeah, Aegon was gonna literally burn the entire
Dragon's
King's
Fire,
Landing
everything.
Down.
Remember what Cersei did to the church? That's what he was going to do to the entire fucking city. And the only reason...
If I can't be king, then nobody's going to live.
Yeah. And the only reason that didn't happen is because Jaime was like,
stabbed him.
Oh my god. Okay. This is the 1 versus a million thing. We went over this in philosophy class, if I remember.
This is the one time, like, are you supposed to just blindly obey your king that you swore fealty to? Or are you supposed to be a white knight that defends the poor?
We all heard the oath, like, to defend the weak and all that jazz, to stand for the just and blah, blah, blah.
I actually was wondering if they would go through all 7.
No, I was hoping they would, but I knew they wouldn't.
Damn.
Which is fucked up because they put a lot of stuff in just to kill time. They really should have gone through all 7
right?
just for like
Really round that out.
just because the scene deserved it. Like
It did.
like if that was, I feel like I'm gonna be that dude. If that was a male character, they would have went through all
All of
7.
it. Like, they would have spent the extra 30 seconds going through the extra
No,
4
but-
lines.
It would have been dope to hear all the other stuff. But the truth is, that scene was really dope. We can talk about that. Like jump right into it because that's all
Yeah.
part of this whole like dichotomy of Jamie Lannister, the growth, the self actualization is really what it is.
And his father would have never
Ever, oh my god, would have
dreamed
hated
of
who
doing
he
that
was.
to a woman. Like no, like women were not
And-
equal.
Dude, poor Pod. Pod's like, hey, I mean, I'm here. We all gonna die. Like, she's not the only one with dreams.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Pod's wanted to be a
kinda
knight forever.
I took that as different, like, because she was like, I don't even want to be a knight. And Pod
And
looked
Pod's
at her
like, bitch, who you playing with?
INB.
Like,
Like,
right?
I'm your squire. Like, you're a knight by trade. Like, you may not be called a knight, but you are a knight, like, through and through. Like, don't even fucking play.
I know. I've seen the way you live your life, the way
Yeah.
you treat me, the way you do everything.
And, like, straight up training him.
You could beat my ass, but you need to shut the fuck up.
Yeah. So it was kind of like, and I felt like that was really like, kind of like a fan service for the people who read the books, who know the depth of their
Yeah, and how, especially
and they had
the
this
depth of Brienne.
huge conversation in their eyes, just like boom, like that, like
It's like a look can be 1,000 words, and that's what happened. They had a full, very real conversation about, bitch, who you playing with? Like, not in front of everybody. Like, okay, so what? Like, no, but we all gonna die. Just be honest. Like, I ain't gonna be. You shut up, Pop. You know what I mean? Like, they had
and
that
it's not
whole
like,
thing.
Yeah, totally. It's not like Pod like ever had Brienne
Oh
like
my
actually
God.
open up to him or anything.
Never.
Like,
Like,
that.
it's
No,
always
he just
been a
actually
close.
spent that much time with
He just
her.
and he respects and
And
observes.
respect,
Like dude, when he was so great as Tyrion's little sidekick.
Squire, which was like
You say Squire, but
that was actually his title. It was Tyrion's
I
Squire.
I understand,
It was supposed
but
to be
it was
a joke.
yeah, it was a mocking title for him
Yeah.
because they didn't. He was never supposed to
Everyone
be anything.
underestimated Pod.
Exactly,
man.
but hey, Tyrion didn't. And
Yeah.
some hoes underestimated him this one time,
Yeah,
and
great.
and they was like, you know what, you can just have the money back. I can't even work for a week, but it was worth it.
Mm.
And that's we all seen the episode. All right, like Pod's doing business.
Yeah, I don't even remember that happening.
What?
in the book.
Him and oh, it probably didn't happen in
I
the
don't think
books.
it
No, it didn't. I'm talking about the episode.
I remember that.
Yeah, that show's hilarious.
Yeah.
All right, what's next?
Arya and Gendry. In
Oh,
real life,
I knew that
they're
was coming.
probably,
People
like,
were talking
12
about
and 15.
yeah, right. That's like 12 and 15. Like if you're this excited about a 12 and 15-year-old fucking, you can stop.
You can stop.
That said,
Like at the same
like,
time, they've been building
it's-
up to it.
they're both murderers. They've killed humans and dead things. Well, one's killed dead things. The other's
They've
killed a
also
bunch
never
of
really
humans.
talked about their ages, so
Yeah.
for all we know, they're both 18 or whatever. But
In the books, they're like, yeah. Then in the books, they'd be
Arya's
like
gotta
12
be-
and 15.
when they
First met, she was like 9.
She was like 10.
9 or 10. That was in the middle of her water dancing lessons, right?
Yeah, but remember the book started when she
Oh,
was in
that's right,
Winterfell.
yeah.
And she was like 9, so all that time it took to get to King's Landing. Was
See, that's the thing that the show makes you forget, that it takes like a year to get anywhere.
yeah, it was like 6 months worth of traveling in a caravan. Or some
You got
shit.
cats popping all over
Yeah.
places in this. But yeah, the fact that they like finally kind of consummated, for me, that's the pseudo parallel to
Oh yeah,
to Robert
And
and
Lyanna.
Lyanna, you know what I mean?
the Stark and the Baratheon.
and
their
this is going to
love.
be the uniting of those houses because like if he survives and anybody calls his birthright into question, like
He's a king, man.
you
He's
know
a
what I
straight-up
mean?
king.
Like
And
he's
Arya-
Robert's son, period.
Arya is a Stark. She's got
She's
the
a queen.
magic of the old line in her blood.
She
She's
actually
got,
does. That's true. Way
she
more in
does.
the books than it,
The
actually
Starks
the
were a
book. The show
powerful
never
family.
fucking did it.
The show never
but
really went into it. But
She can warg
they
out and
have
stuff.
alluded to her wolf still being alive.
Yeah, and I'm, okay.
So where? Oh my God, that means that part of the war, maybe the wolves will come.
That. I mean, they made a point to show Ghost for no reason.
Yeah, well, I mean, he wasn't doing much, but yeah.
Yeah, he was just sitting there like,
Just
it
chilling.
would have been better if he was like Red Man and haha.
Also
Just
looked
I'm a
like-
ghost. I'm a ghost. I'm a ghost. I'm a ghost.
Also, way too small.
Yeah, no, he should have been
Way
like.
too small. They got like a real wolf there, and it's
Yeah,
like
it's
no,
he should
CGI
like at
that
the
shit.
back. He should be like up to here on John.
Yeah.
Like, oh hey.
And I mean, if he was just chilling there, laying there, he'd look like a fucking lion at the
Yeah, they're
least.
gigantic.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're bouncing all over
All
the
right.
place.
Tyrion deserves the admittance from Daenerys. Yeah.
Yeah, they
'cause
both
she shoulda-
do.
He should have known better. Yeah.
He
Who
definitely
trusts
should have.
Cersei? Come on.
Yeah, they definitely both should have. And even I think it's because when you hear something you want so much that you kind of there's a stupid part of you that believes it because it's something you want so badly. And
Yeah.
having a baby and Cersei softening up is probably like, especially the way she wanted to do it. Like it's being real. This is our, this is our thing. This is our baby. I don't
family.
care who knows. We're starting this over. We're building our house back up. I don't really give a fuck. The Targaryens did it forever, and they're known as one of the greatest houses of all time. Like
Yeah.
fuck it, let's do this.
Cersei's like, let's be Lannisters, and then Tyrion,
Exactly.
you're a Lannister too, and then Tyrion's like, really he had that brokenness inside of him forever. So to hear her say that, that's like the last little piece of him that had any hope ever that he would be part of the Lannister family for real.
Yeah, and that's what like for all of everything. That's what he really wants. Like
Yeah.
he wants to be a part of his own family because he never has been. Like
At least he has Jaime.
he's always had Jaime. Don't get me wrong. Jaime's been really fucking good to
That's
him.
the only person.
But that's the only. Everybody else mocked, pissed, shit.
and
like
even
sla-
Jaime
like,
never like he
outwardly did it. He did it in private. Like he couldn't.
didn't outwardly defend
yeah.
him at all
He would only clean him up afterward.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is
in private.
yeah, in private, not like in front of people. Like, all right, he's had enough. No, he like they let him beat his ass for like 20 fucking minutes, and then he gets dragged off. Like, oh, all right, now hey, you okay? Let's get you cleaned up. Like, but you could have done something earlier. But that's not what we're talking
I don't know
about.
if they talked about it. No, they talked about it. He talked about it where Jaime stood by and watched while Tyrion's like their father
Oh yeah, had
had
the
his wife raped by his whole garrison.
Well, he thought they were raped. Really, she was working.
she was paid. No, I mean they said that she was paid back. It comes out later in the books. I guess they didn't really do it in the series. Is
Well,
that-
they might have. That she really did like him
that
or
she
something
did
like
love
that.
him, and that Jaime was actually just like kind of making it seem like
Oh,
she was accepting of it to kind of ease the blow.
Oh.
At least if I remember correctly. So that was cool. The scene with the original Night Watch character. Like,
oh my God! When the
Yeah.
brothers and then Tormund just gives them hits him right from the side. That was beautiful. Oh, okay. But first we gotta talk about that scene with that little girl.
Oh, I wrote "It Takes a Village" when that happened.
Yeah, that little girl. She's like, well, my brother and father died, so I'm gonna fight too.
I want to fight
Like
too.
I'm not even gonna lie. I was like,
You fight, little girl.
I want a daughter like you.
Yeah, you honor your family.
You know what I mean? She's like,
And
I'll
then-
do this, and then like, you just watch the Crip. We're cool.
Gilly and Davos were like able to kind of like work together without even talking to each other about it. They didn't know each other really.
Well, that's I
like-
think any two adults
yeah,
in that
but that's, like-
situation.
yeah, that's why I said
Any
it takes a
two
village.
adults. Yeah, exactly,
right?
exactly.
Because
it
you both
definitely
have to have like the same mindset. Like nobody was like, "Oh no, you can't do that." Like don't
Yeah.
even think that way. It's like, no, you can defend us. It's
What we
us.
got here? Oh, mhm. Theon and Sansa.
Sansa, Theon,
Oh, if two
Sansa,
people have a bond of mutual love and respect, it's these two. Like
Right?
they have been through so much, and Theon pulled her out of
They've
the
hated
Ramses.
each other
They've hated
and
each
loved
other
each
and
other.
loved each other. They've
It's
gone through
awesome.
the full spectrum.
Yeah.
And they know every little piece of each other's heart, and that's a fact. Like and if we're being real gross about it, every piece of each other's body too. Like Ramsay's a bad person.
Yeah, it's true.
Like they've been through so fucking much trauma.
See,
together.
that was not a thing in the books, so that was like, ew, interesting.
Well, he used him as a fluffer.
But it wasn't Sansa.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was Penny.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, fair enough. But in
Jenny.
what did I
Jenny.
say?
It was.
I said Penny, didn't I? Fucking
But
A.
Jenny was her friend,
Yeah, from the
and
thing,
the
and they
one
thought it
they
was her.
paraded her to
Around
be
as Sansa, but yeah,
or
in this-
Arya. I think they actually paraded her
It's
as
been
Arya.
forever. Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah.
And
Anyway.
it's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. So That's really interesting. So the fact that there was an actual Stark
Mm-hmm.
in the HBO series in that role was
is
like
insane.
oh, interesting. Like they're just like melding different.
Well, they do.
I mean, yeah,
It's
they
my
gotta save
least favorite
time.
thing because they gave what's his nuts from what's the dude Grey Worm. They basically
Oh.
turned him into Strong
Strong
Belwa,
Belwas's role,
which is one of
got
my
absorbed
favorite
by Grey
characters,
Worm.
and that's bullshit.
Grey
They-
Worm got promoted because in the real story, like Grey Worm was just like that lowly, like
Grey Worm
lieutenant
was a
guy.
Grey Worm.
Yeah.
Like, he was. That's a very accurate thing. Like,
Yeah, he lived
and
his name.
Strong Belwas was like the murder
The
king.
man.
Like he just showed up and showed out. He's like, you get to hit me. Come on now, you can do it.
No one's getting through me.
It's like everybody gets
My queen
one.
is safe.
Everybody gets one, and then I kill you.
Then I
It's to
kill
make you
your
feel
ass.
good about dying. Like, anyway,
Big one. Arya and the Hound.
yo,
Arya and the Hound. I
Yeah.
freaking love this dynamic.
that was pretty dope. They're just like you didn't shut up the entire time, and I got quiet as a mute.
Well, I guess I've changed.
Fucking unsettling. So then he's like, you know what? You've killed people. Have some booze.
Have some booze. Like, it doesn't matter that you're like 14 at best.
So she's killed 14 people at
Right.
best.
I know. Right?
Like, so I mean, I feel if you're gonna be a murderer, you can probably
You
drink.
could probably have some alcohol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not
It's
saying
just
that
so
means you can
cool that-
automatically control like yourself on some liquor.
Mm-hmm.
It just means that I'm not gonna tell you no.
I just love that. It's like, the Hound originally traveled with Arya because he intended to cash in on her.
Mm-hmm.
And Arya left him for dead.
Oh yeah.
And now they're fighting for the same cause because they managed to survive. And eventually, everyone fights against the Night King. 'Cause he's the real enemy here. Damn it. Anything else?
Where are we at?
Theon owns his shit. I love that. With where he was like, "Let me defend you, Bran," in the Weirwood.
Yeah, it was
And
like,
he's like, "I took this castle from you. Like, let me make up for that." Like, oh my god, Theon is like owning his stuff everywhere. It's awesome. Like,
Theon may have
used
took
to
the
be.
sausage, but he kept the ball.
He was kind of a douche for a long time, though.
Well, oh yeah, he was
He was the worst.
Well, also you gotta yes, he was the worst, but he was reminded every day of his place.
That's true.
Like
Sure.
of you're only
Like,
here because
Theon
this, like
and Sansa grow up as brother and sister, but he was very well reminded all the time that his status was actually prisoner status.
yeah, like yeah, you're comfortable, but you're a prisoner. Calm down.
However, they treated him like a little bit higher than they treated Jon Snow because Jon Snow was a bastard.
That was a weird little dichotomy.
definitely
That
a
was a
weird
weird little dynamic thing.
Yeah.
I keep wanting to say dichotomy. Anyway, what else we got here?
Original irony: Lannister's defending Winterfell.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
I love that
love
line
that.
that Tyrion was like,
Like, I wish
I would just
Father was
love.
there.
It's funny because he said that, and I was like, because he started off saying, I would love to see Father's face, and I was thinking like right
pictured
after you shot him in the bowels with a crossbow, like no, but then he went on to say,
Right?
and I was like, oh okay, thought we were gonna get real here.
Right. Suckled at her teat for 3 months.
I wrote a note about.
That's why I'm so strong.
That's why I'm so strong. Giant's
Giant's
milk.
And then he just like messy drinks for the next 30 seconds straight.
I wasn't sure if it was like alcohol, and then the stuff coming out is like white, and I was like, that looks wrong.
It's yak. Remember, it's yak milk. That's what they drink to get drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Stop. We feed into each other.
A little bit. Tyrion always did this in the books. He'll settle in to talk to whoever. And that's the reason why Tyrion was always on the up and up about all the things. Because he read every book he could get his hands on, and he talked to anybody.
who would listen.
Yeah.
The thing that pisses me off most about this is he started to have a conversation with Bran.
And then they
And
cut
then it
to
just
another
went to-
scene.
we got
I wanted
nothing
to
from it.
see that.
I wanted to see this is probably the smartest person in the show, with the person that knows the most in the show.
I know.
You know
Really,
what I mean? Like-
though, like, I can imagine this conversation in my head, like Tyrion being like, so Bran, tell me all the things. And Bran's like, all the things exist.
Right?
Like, everything is everything.
It's like, well, lovely talking to you, Bran. Like, all right, that's probably the entirety of the conversation.
Yeah.
But that kind of levity could have been used. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But anyway, I'm not gonna harp on it. It was a really, really good episode.
I liked it.
I had fun
It was a
with
really good
wasn't-
build up. I love the
There
suspense.
wasn't so much fan service. And did you
Unless
see
you read the
Dany's-
books.
Did you see Dany's face when she found out? She was like, "Wait, whoa! That
Oh,
means
wait,
you got a claim to
you-
my throne?"
She didn't even care
She
that
said-
they had like gotten intimate and that they were related. She was like, "You might take my throne."
You're the male heir to the throne.
Mm-hmm.
Like she, that oh my god, that shit right there.
Yeah,
is
and
ridiculous.
then you're like, okay, yeah, you're a total B.
She
Like, all you care
literally
about
the
is-
fact that there's an army of undead literally outside their walls, and they know this because they're preparing for it.
Yeah.
All right, and then she's still
All she cares about.
all she cares about.
Yep.
Shit's ridiculous.
Yeah, and then she's all like, so that's where it comes back around to that. Yeah, you totally lying to Sansa. Like, who manipulated who? You totally manipulated John.
Yeah, no, she
Absolutely.
did 100%.
Yeah,
And
B.
like John needed her, she manipulated John.
True.
Like, there's a difference. John
Yeah.
was in a position where
He
all of the
left
North would be
Westeros.
done, like if not for her.
Yeah.
And yeah, and
Well, and then of course she did make Sansa like apologize to her. Like Sansa actually like apologized. I should have said thank you the moment you arrived. That was my bad. Like hell no, Sansa. That's why I loved it when she kind of took it back and was like, "Well, what about the North?
yeah, she's like,
Yeah.
we promised
we
we'd
are
never
a
bend the
sovereign
knee
kingdom.
again.
God damn it!
You know what I mean? Like, your dragons don't even like to be up here. Like we are like.
You
to
might
be
as
up
well
here.
let
That's
us
it.
alone,
Like,
and
just
then we
have your
can work
fucking-
together."
Yeah.
What is the problem with it? I don't understand. Why
The
is like the
problem is
Iron
the
King
Daenerys
person-
has always been power hungry. She's been powerless her entire life,
True.
and now that she has power, she doesn't want anybody to touch it, even a little
Kind of,
inkling of it.
like if she were to get that power, she'd probably become even more like her dad.
Oh, once, dude,
By a
I
lot.
promise you, once she's queen of the Seven Kingdoms,
Mm-hmm.
burning bodies are piling up, and dragons
Yeah.
are being fed. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, dude, the previous episode when she was
What
like,
do dragons eat?
whatever
they want.
Like, bitch, are you threatening my
Entire
family?
fucking kingdom.
Like, seriously.
Do we have anything else?
That's pretty much all of it. Tormund and Brienne, their little love.
Dude, I really
relationship.
want them to get together.
What was that? Oh, he ships people
Yeah,
when you
it's where
want them to
ship
get
people, where
together.
you want them, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think their babies would wreck the curve. Like, they would just show up and beat everybody's ass.
Yeah, right.
Like, they'd make, like, the Raging Robert look like a bitch. Alright, was that it?
Yeah, that's pretty much
All
it.
right. Well, that's it for this time and our little corner of Westeros here. This has been Captain Valen and my beautiful wife.
Have a good night.
Have a good night. Like, comment, subscribe, all that, and
Comment,
remember,
subscribe.
and remember, life happens in every direction. Let's be prepared. Bye.